When you are ready to begin requesting recommendations for your San Francisco State Exchange program, you will first want to open your application in Horizons and click on the Recommendation Request section on the left-hand side. In this example of the factious student Jellyfish, you can see that the recommendations are Section 3. Click on the words Recommendation Request. This will enable you to see the instructions pictured on the right-hand side.
One of the most important things to remember when requesting recommendations is that it is not only courteous, but required that you relay your request or recommendation from your professor before completing the recommendation section of the study abroad application. Please make your request in person. If this is not possible, such as your professors at a community college in Southern California, then please email or better yet, call them beforehand. Once you have their approval, then move forward in this section.
Now we are going to look at who should recommend you.
Everyone needs 2 professors to recommend them for the faculty recommendation request. You only need to ask professors who have taught you either at a community college, another university, or San Francisco State. Advisors, coaches, high school teachers, and such may not recommend you. Your professors should have or will give you a letter grade in the class. It is fine to ask current or past professors, but please do not ask anyone whom you are taking a credit or no credit course. One of the professors should be from your major. For example, if you are a cinema major, ask a cinema professor. If you are a business major, ask any business-related professor. If you have not yet taken any course in your major, you then may ask for both recommendations to be outside your major, but you must add a note at the bottom of your personal statement explaining why you could not ask a professor in your major. If you have any questions regarding this, please speak with a study abroad advisor during drop-in advising. If you're applying for a program that requires the completion of 2 semesters of another language prior to departure, then you will also need to request a foreign language recommendation. This is different from a faculty recommendation that focuses on your academics, as this is one of your current level proficiencies in the language. A professor may write both a faculty and foreign language recommendation for you, as these are 2 different types of recommendations and ask different questions.
Once you have selected professors to recommend you and have spoken with them, you are ready to select the type of recommendation that they will be completing on your behalf.
Click on the drop-down list under Purpose of Recommendation to see the different types of recommendations. Since you are applying for ASF State Exchange Program, only the first 2 options are relevant for you.
To send the recommendation form to your professor through Horizons, you will first select the type of recommendation. In this example, it is the faculty recommendation. Then enter the professor's email address. Make sure this is an email address that they check. Also, enter their first and last name. You will then need to click Save at the bottom. Once you save it, an email will automatically be sent to your professor with a link for them to complete the recommendation form.
Here is an example of the recommendation form that your professor will complete for you. It asks that they rate you in 5 areas and then include a few comments on your academically and your readiness to study abroad. Professors may upload a letter or recommendation below in the upload box. However, this is optional. Letters provide additional information and insight on you. Only the form here is needed to complete your application. Don't forget to request a foreign language recommendation as well if your program requires at least 2 semesters of a foreign language. It is the same process as your 2 faculty recommendations, except that your professor will evaluate your language abilities and whether you are linguistically ready for the program. After you save your recommendations and the email has been sent to your professor, the status of your recommendation will be pending, as you can see in the lower box. Once your professor has completed your recommendation online, the status will change to complete. You can log into your application anytime and go to the recommendations section and see these statuses. If your professor does not receive the recommendation link in their inbox, please first confirm with them that you entered the correct email address. If it was correct, then have them contact us directly and we will work with your professor to ensure that they have access. And remember, if you need more help, you could always drop into advising hours, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 10 to noon and 2 to 4 p.m. Thank you.